Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, we'll tell you about a new MTSU political poll. Enrollment for the federally facilitated insurance program is now open, and we'll hear from the new commander at AEDC. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. The latest Middle Tennessee State University poll finds Marsha Blackburn leads in the Republican U.S. Senate primary, Carl Dean leads in the Democratic gubernatorial primary, and Phil Bredesen probably would be leading in the Democratic U.S. Senate primary if he were a declared candidate. Meanwhile, nobody has established a clear lead in the Republican gubernatorial primary or the general election races for governor and Senate. Dr. Ken Blake, director of the poll at MTSU, said, quote, "Some frontrunners seem to have emerged in some of the primary races, but it's much too early to forecast winners, even the primaries that presently look lopsided. All of these candidates have double-digit percentages of undecided voters, both among voters from their own parties and from across the Tennessee electorate as a whole. Any of these races could easily shift during the months ahead," end quote.
In the Republican primary for U.S. Senate, 55% of Republican voters approve or strongly approve of Blackburn, currently the representative for Tennessee's 7th Congressional District. In the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate, 60% of Democratic voters approve or strongly approve of Bredesen, a former Tennessee governor. In the Democratic gubernatorial primary, former Nashville Mayor Carl Dean has the approval of 49% of Democrats. The Republican gubernatorial primary offers the least clarity, at least for now. Diane Black, Tennessee's 6th Congressional District representative, led in the sample with 33% approval, but rival Republican Beth Harwell, Speaker of the Tennessee House of Representatives, had the approval of a statistically indistinguishable 32% of the sample. Randy Boyd came in at 28% approval, and May Beavers at 21% approval. But the poll's error margin for self-described Republican voters was too wide to indicate which, if any, of these candidates was leading the pack. Consisting of interviews with 600 registered Tennessee voters reached via randomly selected cell and landline phone numbers, the scientifically valid poll was conducted October 16th through 23rd and has an error margin of plus or minus 4 percentage points.
The Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance reminds consumers that open enrollment for insurance coverage on the federally facilitated marketplace began November 1st. The enrollment period is shorter than years past, so Tennesseans are strongly encouraged to review their options and begin preparations for the new policy year. Tennessee consumers will have access to marketplace coverage for 2018 no matter where they live. However, consumers in 79 of the 95 counties will only have one carrier option.
The 2018 marketplace will include Cigna providing coverage in Memphis and surrounding counties, Cigna and Oscar providing coverage in Nashville and surrounding counties, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee providing coverage in Knoxville and surrounding counties, Blue Cross Blue Shield and Cigna providing coverage in Johnson City and surrounding counties. Blue Cross Blue Shield will be the only exchange carrier providing coverage in parts of the state not mentioned above. Humana will no longer be in the Tennessee individual market. In addition, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna, and Oscar will be the only Affordable Care Act compliant individual market options for consumers purchasing coverage outside of the federally facilitated marketplace. Open enrollment ends December 15th, and those who enroll or change plans by that date will have their policies go into effect on January 1st, 2018.
Senior members of the Tullahoma High School ROTC program were recognized at halftime of the final football game of the 2017 season.
And now the seniors of the Junior Marine ROTC program, our 11th May, Cadet Levi Burns, son of Jim and Kim Burns. Cadets Cameron and Carson Haley, sons of Barry and Susan Haley. Cadet Langdon Fanning, son of Wes and Susan Fanning.
We'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6.
I have 30 seconds to tell you about RussellBarnett.com. We're going to find over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get your trade appraised, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get financing done, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get collision repair assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get auto rental assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We are the one-stop shop, one click away. Why click anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
The animal shelter has served Tullahoma dogs for nearly 30 years. Now, you can help us build a bigger and better no-kill shelter. Your tax-deductible gift is matched dollar for dollar. So come on, bark it forward and donate now to have your tax-deductible gift matched. Make your check payable to the COT Shelter Building Fund and go to tullahomatn.gov to see all the unique gifts available for your generosity. For more details, you can call City Hall at 455-2648.
Welcome back. The annual Bark in the Park fundraiser to raise funds for medical care for the sheltered animals was held last Saturday. Bob Payne brings us this video of some of the folks who attended the event along with their pets.
Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Dave Heinrich from Tullahoma. We're here at the 14th annual Bark in the Park, and I'm here with my sweet boy Flash. He is a 10-year-old basset hound. He's been a big part of our life for a long time. He's full of love, and obviously he likes to lay down. This is my other dog, Lila. We rescued her out of a dumpster about 4 years ago, just showing that, you know, every dog deserves a second chance. And this is my wife, Katie, and you've probably seen her around. And these are my sister-in-law's dogs. We have a red heeler here, Jack. Then we have a blue heeler over there that's laying down, and that's Sophie. And then we have Lucy, Lucy, she's a sweet, what is she even, a border collie? She's a border collie, she's amazing. And these dogs are great. They have a good time, good temperaments, except for this one. And so you can come out here and adopt as many dogs as you need. They got some beautiful ones running around here, a lot of nice people, so come help support the great town of Tullahoma, and we look forward to seeing you here.
Hi, we're at the 14th annual Bark in the Park. My name is Krista Krasnick, and I'm here with my parents, Joni and Ron, and our 6 rescue dogs. All 6 of these dogs were homeless, and we have taken them in. So we have down here my little Jojo, who I've had for a year. Over here I have my tripod, Gus. Gus is missing his front right leg and was like that when I got him. I've had him for 6 years now. I've had him for since 3 weeks after his amputation. I really want to let everyone know that any dog that is missing a leg is perfectly normal and functions just fine. He actually jumps 36-inch gaits. So don't hesitate to get a dog that might be missing a limb. They're just fine. Now, this is our newest addition. This is Stella. Stella is a hound dog that my parents found up in North Carolina and has nursed her back to health, and now she is part of the group. Then we have little Abby over here in the pink vest. Abby is about 3 years old now, and she joined about a year ago. And then in the basket we have Zack Attack, our little charisma dog.
$2 million dog.
People love him and want him all the time, and we will not part with him. And then in the back we have our old lady Dixie, who my parents have had for 10 years now?
No, 7 years.
7 years. And she's got cataracts and kind of wanders around, but that doesn't make her any less lovable.
Hi, this is Hope Collins and Jojo Montoya, and we are at Bark in the Park, the 4th annual one, and we are with Muffin, an adoptable dog here who really deserves a home. Yeah.
Hello, this is the 14th annual Bark in the Park, and this is the animal shelter dog Milo, and he is up for adoption. This is Allison.
And Callie Evie.
Thank you, and hopefully you guys can come out.
All right, this is the 14th annual Bark in the Park. I'm John. This is Preston. Hey. This is Jake. He's a shelter dog. He's up for adoption today. And there's plenty of shelter dogs that you guys can adopt. They've been wanting to be adopted for a while now. And hopefully he gets adopted today, so yeah.
There is actually a lot of famous dogs. I've seen the German Shepherd right over there earlier.
Hi, I'm at the 14th annual Bark in the Park in Tullahoma. This dog's name is Petty, and she's been at the animal shelter a while. And there's a lot of dogs here at that have been at the animal shelter that would love to be adopted. And there's a lot of dogs. There's some big dogs and some little dogs. And Petty, she may be like 3 or 4 years old. I don't know what kind of dog she is, but she's very funny and she loves a lot of attention. She loves for her belly to be scratched.
Oh my gosh. Stop being sit. I would like grab them both together just for a shot. Yeah. Hold them together. Just hold them. Come here. Okay, Winston, Jasper. Winston, Jasper. There. Hi. There Jasper, Winston. Did you get those? Hi, little boys. Hi, little boys. Hi. Like the babies.
Oh, refrigerator.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the camera.
We'll be right back after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind or bring the crowd for some stargazing. Or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Welcome back. Colonel Scott Kane, new commander at Arnold Engineering Development Complex, spoke at the Board of Mayor and Aldermen recently following a reception in his honor at Tullahoma City Hall.
That Colonel Scott Kane is with us this evening. He's a very distinguished resume. I'll just read a portion of it. Colonel Kane received his commission from the U.S. Air Force Academy class of 1995, where he was a distinguished graduate, earning a bachelor's degree in astronautical engineering. Colonel Kane attended undergraduate pilot training in 1995 and was selected to fly the F-16 Fighting Falcon. After completion of F-16 training, he served as an operational F-16 pilot in Korea and Japan, flying combat missions in support of Operation Southern Watch. He also served as an F-117A Nighthawk pilot at Holloman Air Force Base, where he attended the U.S. Air Force Weapons School. He's also a U.S. Air Force Test Pilot School at Edwards Air Force Base. Colonel Kane also served as senior military evaluator for air warfare systems within the Office of Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Developmental Test and Evaluation. He comes to Arnold after a very successful command of the 412th Operations Group, Edwards Air Force Base. I think we all recognize the fact that Arnold Engineering Development Center is really the economic engine that makes a lot of what we enjoy in this community and has for the past 60 years. And I think it's appropriate that we recognize you. We held a reception for you earlier this evening, an opportunity to introduce you to some of the community leaders in Tullahoma. And we're anxious to hear your report on Arnold Engineering Development Complex. So welcome.
Mayor, first of all, thank you for welcoming me here this evening. And that's the story for my family as well. So the city and the surrounding communities have been very welcoming and brought us into the community. And I've reflected with some of the other members of the board on probably that's the best part of moving to Arnold and being in AEDC has been joining the local community. So really, thank you for me and my family. And I also know that the other service members that I have working for me or others that are in the area are getting that same treatment and that same welcome. So I really appreciate it. I just want to make a few comments, and I'll try to be brief, but some important things that are going on with Arnold and AEDC. You'll hear me talking more and more about AEDC and talking about it as a complex because the first thing that you've probably heard about before, but that we have completed now is that Arnold and AEDC is now a wing equivalent organization. So this was designated by the Air Force in December of 2016, and we're fully operationally capable, as we like to say, with that wing equivalent, in that we've about tripled the number of sites that are part of the complex. And this is nationwide. So now, in addition to Arnold, we have sites in New Mexico, in Utah, in Ohio, in Florida at Glenn Air Force Base. And we've about doubled our government workforce as part of that and have about a third more budget. And so the complex has grown with Arnold at its epicenter. And that is so that the complex is now recognized and designated really as the leader in ground test and simulation for aerospace systems. So this has been a big change over the last year, but we're excited about what that means for the complex and for Arnold. The other couple of things that I wanted to mention tonight were the investments that are going into Arnold, into AEDC, and they're big. And I think this reflects the importance of the mission that we execute, but also the value that the Department of Defense and the nation have recognized out of Arnold. So the first one is something that we call a service life extension program. Over about a 5-year period, the first of which we just finished, we're investing around $300 million into our infrastructure. So the way I like to explain it to my folks, or that I've been talking to others about what this means, is in terms of the Air Force. And of course we support the Air Force, all the services with our test and evaluation, research and development. But the Air Force just celebrated its 70th birthday, and with a lot of smiles. And the reason we have those smiles is because we have the most technologically advanced service in the world. And the reason we have that is because of Arnold. I think the nation recognizes that we want to have a real happy 100th birthday. And so there's a lot of investment going into our wind tunnels, our propulsion test facilities, into our arc jet facilities, to make sure that we're able to support the modernization that the nation needs in all of our services in the aerospace sector. So that's the first investment program, the Service Life Extension Program. The next one is, in addition to just modernizing our aerospace forces across the services, we're trying to increase the technological gap between us and our adversaries. So hypersonics is something that the nation is heavily investing in. Once again, a big dollar figure, but about $350 million over from this year and through the next 4 years to develop capabilities to do that development, test, and evaluation. Most of which is going into a new test facility out at Arnold on the base to have the ability to do as close to flight test as we can and test systems on the ground in the hypersonics regime.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Tom Corrington spoke with Motlow's interim president Hilda Turnstill about the ethnic makeup of students utilizing the Tennessee Promise program at the school.
Somebody is always raising the question of ethnically how's this working, and it turns out we got some pretty broad numbers there. 71% of the whites who were eligible to enroll in Ten Promise did so. Only 56% of the Hispanics who were eligible enrolled, and only 46% of the blacks who were eligible to enroll. Now, those are some pretty wide variations of numbers, and I don't know whether that's getting worse or better, or what do you consider as your requirement to do something about that, and what?
Well, we always want opportunities for all folks to go to higher ed institutions. So we are recruiting. We have recruiters on all campuses that are going into the high schools. We have college days at our various campuses. So we're providing the opportunities. We just need to follow through, track the people, make sure that we can help them get into college and take advantage of Tennessee Promise. It's a very good program, and so these students, we want them to be available to take advantage of that. We also have different diversity scholarships through the state, so there are avenues to help enhance those areas. We just need to do more. I do agree. We need to do more, and we strive to do more.
Well, of course, to a large extent, you're not the place that has to start. It looks like we're still not getting the message to the blacks and Hispanics, in this case, still not getting the message to them on the importance of improving their education, of having an education in order to be able to succeed out in the cold, cruel world. So that has to start back way down in the school system. And I don't know if whether we're getting that message out or not. It certainly looks like we've got a long ways to go.
Well, we all need to work together to make sure that we get the message. I agree with that. And we work with our area high schools, even the middle schools. So we will help with that message.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Winston Brooks from the city of Tullahoma, who will let us know about the Tullahoma Veterans Day ceremony coming up this Friday, and also the Bedford County Society has a 5K coming up and would like to invite everyone out to participate. All that and more on this week's Living.
And stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and man, do we ever have your truck. 4 brands, hundreds to choose from, all at year-end discounted prices. So with so much to choose from, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 2006 at 79 degrees. The record low was in 1993 at 24 degrees. Average high on this day is 62 and the average low is 39. Partly cloudy weather expected tonight with a low of 46. Mostly cloudy weather in the forecast for Wednesday with a high of 65 and a low of, make that 55 and a low of 41. Partly cloudy weather expected on Thursday with a high of 60 and a low of 38. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.